everyone.
Hi.
This is my friend Laura Timm, and she is a very successful coach as well as entrepreneur. She's done many different jobs, and today she'll be telling us a little bit about how to have success without limits. But before we ask her about that stuff, I'm going to get some juicy bits about her background.
Okay.
Now, apparently, according to your website, Laura, you said that you had many challenges. You're a female. You're from, is it Estonia?
Estonia.
Estonia, and they don't have a culture of really promoting success. And so, and then you had to come here and have all the challenges. Did you speak English before?
I did speak English before, and I always knew I'm going to move to London. I decided at an early age that I will be living in London for at least a few years, and maybe in other countries as well. And as you said, yes, in Estonia, it's not very common to promote yourself or to promote your successes. It's possibly considered as vanity, and we've always been quite a humble nation. So I still think that I carry some of it. I still feel that I'm quite humble. I try not to talk about my successes unless people ask me about them. And yeah, I hope that I can actually inspire young girls and boys, especially from Estonia, to want more in life and to achieve more in life.
Well, what gave you that kind of belief that you could achieve anything? Because if you're saying that your culture and your family upbringing almost goes against that, then how would you have this in your heart? It sounds kind of unusual.
I think it's two things. Firstly, I had an extremely supportive mom who never limited me. She always encouraged me to try new things, to come up with new ideas. I was really fascinated how the world worked, and I was almost like a small explorer, and she always encouraged me, and that helped. But also I had a lot of self-belief. Even when I was facing challenges, whether it was a bit of bullying in school, whether it was what other people, especially kids at that age, thought that was possible for them, I always knew that that's not my limit. And even at that early age, I decided that I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to show them what you can achieve. And because when you achieve something, it becomes achievable for others. So I hope I can inspire with my successes others.
So what if you had that belief at that age, what were some of the challenges that you had? And then you said, I'm going to show you that I can do it. You know, I don't know, in your teenagers, did you have any of those?
I think possibly early teenage years, when you still discover who you are and everyone else is judging you, or at least that's the way it feels. Obviously you have the days when you feel down and you start doubting yourself, and it's just going to bed thinking that tomorrow's a new day and a new start. Then you know what, you wake up, it's a new day, you feel fresh, you feel that you can take the world again and just make it your own, and just constantly reassuring yourself that I can do this, I will be different, and I will show not just others but yourself what you can be. Because at the end of the day, when you think back to who you were as a kid, would you be able to look that child in the eyes and say all of your dreams came true because of me? With my personal challenges, when I said that my mom was a really, really great influence on me, my dad was the exact opposite, in the sense that I think he was one of the biggest challenges for me. For him, I was always the female, and his conception of the female was, you're the mom, you're gonna stay at home, you're gonna do the cooking, you're gonna do the cleaning, and either you have his opinion or you don't have an opinion. So for me, I was really opinionated, trust me, and I would make sure that I expressed my opinion, but it was difficult not having that opinion accepted, at least listened to as an equal. And I think throughout the years, even when I grew up, he's still the same person, but I've overcome not allowing his opinion suppress mine, or his opinion what a woman can achieve. suppressed mine, and I've achieved far more than he ever imagined that I would, and I still have a long way to go. So that was one of my challenges from home.
Oh, that's really interesting. I think a lot of I was wondering about this actually. JT Fox focuses on the million underdog, and he focuses on underdogs. And I'm just wondering whether you have to be an underdog to be a successful person. You almost have to have those challenges as a child. I mean, as Jess knows, I went through tons, and I'm sure some of the ladies here have gone through their own, childhood traumas.
It does seem a common factor, but I don't think you have to have a difficult childhood to be able to be successful or inspire others. It has helped me to grow a lot, and I think I understand other people a lot better than I would have. I am grateful for those challenges, because once you overcome the challenge, you grow and you learn and you become a better person. So I am grateful for those challenges, as painful as they might have been at that point. So yeah.
So what I'm getting is that your dad was a challenge, but your mum was incredibly supporting.
Yes.
So maybe when you were at home crying, "Oh, you do it, blah 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 blah," your mum would say, "Oh no, they're there. You can do it. You can believe in it." Did you have any, like, in the UK and the Western world, we have all these YouTube videos and stuff like that? Did you have an equivalent, or books that you may have read?
To be honest, the first kind of self-development book that I read when I was a teenager was how to find friends and influence others.
Yes.
That was the first one, but a lot of it was quite natural for me. I tried to treat, and I still do try to treat other people the way I would like to be treated. So I try to be quite fair and take people the way they are. And I think the second one that I read, self-development wise, I was about 18, 19, was Anthony Robbins, Unlimited Power. And so much of it was who I was and the way I was. And it just reassured me that I'm doing the right things. And my self-development journey just began, and especially the last few years.
Yeah.
But when you ask about my mom, actually when I was a young girl and a teenager, I actually kept a lot of things to myself. She actually doesn't even know about the bullying in school today.
Right.
So I actually kept a lot of things to myself.
Yeah.
And this is funny, but I watched a lot of American films and foreign films, especially late nights when my parents came home late. And there's so many films that teach you about inspiration, motivation, and how to stand strong when you know you're right. So I think
do you
a lot of it
do you remember any of your
me.
favourites of those?
No, because I used to watch so many black and white films and anything. I can't
black
remember
and
most
white.
of it. Yeah, I've seen most of it.
I was going to make a joke about Estonia on the internet or something.
You can. Because Estonia is really good. Skype was invented in Estonia. So.
I know. I had a similar childhood, and I noticed that again at the JT Fox thing, so many people bullied that I didn't even want to say. As you say, some of the films that I really loved were there's The Water Boy, which Jess knows I love. Again, this little guy can't really talk properly and stuff, and just becomes, for me it was a very inspiring film.
Well, one of the greatest films, Forrest Gump. I know he's not the most intelligent, but it shows what that character achieved. Mm-hmm. And I think there's many films that can inspire and motivate people, but it's a mindset thing. You can either think that it's possible for you, or you'll have people who say, oh, it's a film, it's not reality. And I come across those people all the time, and my dad's one of those people, although my mom's the opposite.